Hey all, Azul here. I thought I would go over my big three today. Big three is your shelter system, your sleepy system, and your backpack. So I'm going to go from the outside in, I think, and start off with my tent, my shelter system. I have two tents that I currently use for backpacking. I have a Big Angus Copper Spur UL1, and currently that's at the headquarters getting fixed. My mesh of my door ripped and the zippers broke, so I'll be getting that back here soon. And then I also have a Tarptent Rainbow Li, and I love both tents quite a bit. The Copper Spur is a little heavier. It's freestanding, well, partially freestanding, in that the rain fly needs to be staked, but the tent part of the tent, the main part of the tent, is freestanding, which is nice. A little more flexible that way. Both tents are have good headroom, good space. I was quite comfortable in both. I have these two tents mostly because I was looking at the Rainbow originally for my main tent on PCT, but they were sold out, so I got the Copper Spur. And then when my door started ripping, I knew I was gonna have to send my tent back, and I needed something in the meantime, so I just went in and double checked on Tarptent's site, and they did have the Rainbow Li, and I decided it's pricey, but I'm gonna go for it. And this tent is super light, it's super easy to put up. It is not freestanding, however, I haven't tried it yet with poles. You can put poles in and make it a freestanding tent. I think one of these days when it dries out a little bit, we've been having storms, I'm gonna do a video putting up my tent and my sleep system all together to show you all, and maybe I'll try the freestanding form of the tent, the tarp tent. Both tents are great, but yeah, I think all through hikes from now on are probably going to be my tarp tent. It's just so much lighter, and it's really easy to put up. Some people have had condensation issues. I only had one night in both of the tents. I had one night towards the end that I had condensation in the tarp tent, and then one night in the beginning of the trail with my Big Agnes that I had condensation issues. So I know a lot of people had issues. I did not. I don't know if I just, picked good spots that didn't have that issue or vented well enough. It was never a big issue for me. So with my tarp tent, I do have a piece of tyvek. I use this also when I am cowboy camping, so I can just sleep on it, and it protects my bag and everything. And then this tyvek is handy just to sit on and whatnot. I like having it. Super light, super easy to use. So that's it for my shelter. For my sleep system, I have two sleeping bags. Or sleeping quilts, I should say. I have an Enlightened Equipment Revelation. I forget what these ones are called. I'm bad with the names, but this one is the one that zips at the bottom, only part way up. It doesn't zip all the way up, and it has an open toe box. This is my 30-degree quilt, nice and light, nice and fluffy, 850 fill. So it's my summer sleeping quilt. And then I have I love this quilt. This is my Enlightened Equipment Enigma. So it has the closed foot box, no zipping, it's just closed at the bottom. And it's my 0-degree 950 fill. It's my cold weather sleeping bag, and it's just, I love it. So fluffy, so wonderful. With both of my sleeping quilts, I have, where did you go? Just at it. sleeping bag liner. And I highly recommend having a sleeping bag liner. These, it's Sea to Summit. I forget which weight it is, but it just extends the life of your quilts. You get your sweaty griminess on this. It's easy to wash, cheap to replace if you need to. And then too, if it's really hot, there was many nights when I just slept in this without a quilt at all. And so I highly recommend getting a sleeping bag liner. And for my pad, I typically use a regular sized Nemo switchback. I do have a Thermarest Neo Air that I take into colder weather with me, but typically I just use this. It's enough cushion for me. I tend to sleep on hard surfaces. I like harder beds and things, so I don't need a lot of cushion to sleep. So this is it. And then when I set up my tent and go over everything, I'll show you how you clip your quilts to your sleeping pads to reduce fleas. Oh, one other thing I wanted to share with my sleeping system is, in the past, I've used just my sleeping bag stuff sack for a pillow. I decided to get a Hyperlight stuff sack that's shaped in the pillow. It has a fleece inside, so when you turn it inside out, you stuff your clothes in here, have a fleece lined pillow. So I'm going to try it out this year. I'll let you know how I like it. I think I'll like it a lot. Because the stuff sack usually works for me, but it's just not quite the same as a pillow. This pillow shape I think I'll love. And I don't have to blow anything up. And don't have to bring a big puffy thing. Then I have two backpacks. I have my Granite Gear Blaze. I use this through the entirety of the PCT. It has an internal frame. It's beefy, it's big. You know, compared to other packs, it's fairly light. I forget what it is, like 2.5 pounds. I forget, for an internal frame. Anything I have to do with a bear can carry, I'll probably use this pack. But for the AZT, I just got this pack and I'm so excited about it. It's my Dandee backpack ultralight. I am trying out the vest straps. I haven't used, well, I've used them on smaller bags, but I haven't backpacked with them yet. So we're gonna see how that goes. My Blaze is a 60-liter pack, which by the end of the trail was just way too much. This is 40 liters. I definitely think I can get it down, my weight, or not my weight, my pack down to 40 liters very easily actually. And yeah, so those are my big three. And I just wanted to do a quick one to show you those, but we'll probably do more in-depth videos on each of those when I start packing and getting things a little more in line.